Hello, hello! Welcome to Sabbs on a Sofa, your brand new, wonderful little video format thing coming at you live. It's not really live. I'm Mary, she, they, the Union Affairs Officer, and I'll be here on this non-existent sofa. Sofa is coming in the mail, I swear, to give you all of the updates happening with UCL, all the important things, to give you updates from me and the other Sabbs, to let you know what we're up to, and to talk to some very special student guests who I will announce later. So let's start off with some news first from the world. First off, we at the Union are incredibly distressed, as are so many in our community, about the escalating violence currently happening in the Middle East. We know that this is affecting many of our students. So if you do need help or support, please check out the link in our bio on Instagram. We have resources that might be able to help you out. Second of all, moving on to stuff happening in the Union, we have our rep elections coming up. It's not too late to nominate yourself if you want to get involved. It is super great for your personal development, learning to represent students from like Team UCL, to Arts UCL, to your halls, to your academic department. There's something for everyone. So make sure you nominate yourself before Monday. Next up, the Union's birthday is coming up soon. We're turning 130. We're so old. Help us. No, I'm kidding. But we have some wonderful stuff happening to celebrate the Union's history, including an incredible exhibition in the Octagon. That's the bit between the two cloisters. Go there to check it out. You can see loads of really cool and interesting items from UCL and the Union's history, including a really wild photo of the Drama Society in 1948. They've been slaying for ages. Go check it out. Last off, a fun commercial announcement. If you have been missing pizza on campus, worry no longer, because Stone Willie's may be dead, but it has been resurrected in George Farha. So if you go into the George Farha Cafe, the bit that's next to Huntley and just upstairs from Mully's, you can now get a pizza there until 9 p.m. That's right, you can sit in the Huntley with a pizza and a pint at the same time. Stunning stuff. On to the next section. I have with me today our wonderful, lovely guests. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Rawleka. These two are our wonderful people of colour officers. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Slay. You guys, thank you for coming and sitting on our not sofas.
I'm honoured to be here.
Oh my God. I'm honoured to be with you. You guys are fabulous.
Hi guys, I'm Rachel. I'm one of your person of colour student officers here at UCL.
Hi, I'm Rawleka, and I'm also a people of colour student officer here in UCL.
Slay. Thank you so much for joining me on the lovely sofas, our lovely people of colour officers. What a
Thanks
slay.
for having us.
Yeah, no, thanks for coming.
So, I heard you're a Union Affairs officer. What's that?
Oh my God, a good question, because I don't think anyone knows. No, okay. Basically, I cover kind of everything democracy, everything finance, money, everything kind of strategy in the Union. I'm the student leader for all of that jazz. So my days are very different. Each one I do very different things. But as an example, on the finance side, I'm not only important in dealing with the Union's finances and making sure our cafes and our bars are paying our student staff right, are getting enough money that we can feed it back into the student community. But I'm also quite important in UCL, in their finances. So your tuition fees.
Oh my gosh.
Where do they go? What
know.
happens to them? I'm involved in stuff like the investment committee in UCL. So UCL sit with a lot of money and they have those investments in certain places, but they need to review their investments every so often to make sure, are they investing in sustainable things? Is your money going towards good causes? I'm in that group, so I get to help them decide stuff like that. And that's this much of my job. I've got lots of things that I do.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So what's your favourite thing about your job?
Oh God, talking to all of you lovely student officers.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Mary.
No, but for real, you guys are fab. And nothing gets done in the student union without all of you lovely lot and everyone who works in our democracy systems. So, and that's a big part of my job now, especially. So honestly, it is actually getting to chat with you guys and you guys and the students, making sure that things are happening that students want, making sure that if students have things that they want to happen, that we can empower them to make those things happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. Power to the students. Power to the students. And I'm here to give it to them. That's, yeah. God, that sounds a little bit but yeah, It's a fun job. I like it a lot. As I mentioned before, I'm here with our wonderful people of colour officers. And I thought it might be a good idea for you guys to like, not only introduce the role, but kind of what stuff you have planned, like what your priorities are. So yeah, what do the people of colour officers do? Why are you here?
Yeah, so I think one thing that we wanted to do differently than the people before us, especially because this is such a new role, was kind of really reassess how we, you know, use our network and the kind of presence we want to have at UCL. We want to change this to, as we said a lot of times, we want to change this to one of the first places, you know, at UCL as a person of color officer. Like you should be wanting to, you know, you come to London School of University. I think it's a blessing that you have the opportunity to be able to connect with people of all kinds of cultures before going to your own societies. Yeah.
I think one of our biggest aims is to really break down those cultural barriers, because I feel like UCL, you kind of come in, you stick with your own cultural groups, and you do your own cultural celebrations, and you don't quite get a perspective of what everyone else is doing. So really here at the People of Colour Network, we're trying to break those barriers down, learning about different cultures, different people, and just a really comfortable space where everyone's welcome and invited.
Yeah, exactly. We want this to build on your UCL identity in your community first before anything smaller. Yeah.
What? Fabulous stuff. And so you guys are basically the student leaders kind of in charge of the People of Colour Network.
And that means that we're also involved in the political side of UCL as well. So like we see you, we go to our policy zones.
Fighting for your opinions.
Yes, absolutely. We're your representatives. So honestly, if you feel like UCL has been disadvantaging you in any way, you feel like there are any issues or concerns or even suggestions to make UCL a better place, you come to us about it and we'll go straight to UCL. It's like
yeah, exactly. We can actually help you pass policies that can change things, you know, for people, I mean, for us and the people who come right after us.
Yeah, so don't make our job easy, honestly. Just
it's tough.
If you see us around campus, honestly, just come up and, you know, speak your word or get to know us.
Yeah, because you guys are lovely as well.
Thank you.
I can look. Hey, look, if you're a person of colour at UCL, come talk to these guys. Talk to these guys.
And if you're not a person of colour, come talk to us.
Come talk to us anyway.
Yeah.
You guys are fabulous. Anyway, okay, I know that this month is October, which I know is Black History Month. So, do you guys have anything fun planned?
Not only do we have fun things planned, we got some serious things. We got some interesting, informative things. My favorite is we're gonna do Rush Hour film viewing.
Oh my god!
And what's so great is that Rush Hour is a typical buddy cop movie. Usually they swap out one character for a minority, but what's so great about Rush Hour is that both of them are considered minorities, and so the kind of interplay you can have between this and the kind of cultural relevance is really interesting. And we're kind of talking about what we can learn from the movie and celebrating our how marginalized communities interact, but also seeing how we've grown together and, you know, the context of the film now today.
Oh my god, amazing.
And there's going to be drinks and popcorn as well. So speaking of drinks, so
what a good segue. Ooh, natural. Nice.
So actually in IOE we're going to have 2 Black History Month cocktails throughout the month. And so this is not just an excuse to drink.
Although it is a good excuse to drink.
With a good cause.
With a good
drink,
cause.
not just for yourself, but for the cause.
And so I love drinking, and you know I do, but this is also for a good cause.
Yes, so actually we're going to be donating every pound.
Yeah, a pound for every drink.
Yeah, a pound for every drink to BLAM. So that is Black Learning and Achievement in Mental Health.
Amazing. Oh my god, fabulous. So you can have an amazing drink at the IOE, which is the best bar, I would say.
Yeah, agreed. Every cocktail is either created by a Black person, a Black mixologist, or they were created in honor of a Black person's achievements.
Oh my god!
So yeah, one of them
is so cool.
Yeah, one of them is called the Josephine Baker, after Josephine Baker.
I also hear, as part of Black History Month, we are offering a Team UCL class pass. If you've heard of this.
Oh, really?
I know, it's rather fab. So if you're a Black student at UCL, you can get your hands on a Team UCL class pass if you go on the website. And this will basically, for the month of October, give you free access to any of the clubs or classes that are going on. So you can just try out some new sports, get involved in maybe something you wouldn't be able to otherwise. Try some cool new sporting activities out. So we have so much happening during Black History Month, but I kind of wanted to ask you guys as our People of Colour officers, why is it important that we're even celebrating Black History Month, and why should we do it?
Yeah, so this month's theme is actually saluting our sisters. So we're putting a spotlight on Black women's achievements, whether it be through business, politics, medicine, health and social care, that kind of stuff. So we're really, truly just appreciating what they've done and also what they're going to do.
Yeah, no. And like the going to do bit is really important, because we're not only looking at the past in Black History Month, but we're also looking at our present, our wonderful like Black students in UCL who do so much cool stuff, and also the future, like amazing Black people that are going to be coming through these doors.
Absolutely.
And when we're talking about like UCL, being a person of colour, as we all are, in this institution, I also thought it'd be interesting to ask you guys, like, what kind of things are you looking for UCL to be doing in the future to like support people of colour here that come and study in these hallowed halls?
Yeah, I think it's really easy to say that we want to decolonize the curriculum because it's such a big buzzword and stuff.
Yeah.
And obviously UCL is a very historical and
old place.
And also, you know, very white institution. So it makes sense, like parts of how they are today, but it definitely is good to see representation across all boards to represent their demographic now and to acknowledge that the people they serve now and the people that make up the institution are the same as they were. And so
there's lots of talk about decolonizing the curriculum, but I feel like at UCL it's not very consistent within departmentally and beyond as well. So really trying to hold UCL accountable in that regard and understanding that some curriculums do need to be changed. They do need to reflect the diverse culture that we have here in UCL. I mean, you turn a corner and you see people from all over the world, and so I really want to see that within not only my department but also everyone else's department too.
I think this links really well to what Ahmad's doing.
Yeah.
Because he's linking all like the equity and inclusion reps across the departments.
Yeah.
And so
shout out to Ahmed.
Shout out to
Equity and Inclusion Officer.
Great work. But yeah, so we just want to, from the students' point of view, we want to make sure that you know what we say and what we plan to keep for people after us is not performative, but actually is our actual steps to change. So ways we're doing that is we want to involve students much more in the policy process. So instead of just representing you guys, when we walk in, we're like, as an Asian person, I think that Asian people wouldn't like this. Like, actually, you know, bringing these papers to meetings we have with our network and being like, look, this is the stuff that's coming up. What do you think about it? Like, you know, do you have any suggestions? You know, actually, you can put policies through. Did you know that? Well, you can.
We can.
And we can walk you through it, or we can help you do it through. And, you know, and you can come along and watch and how the whole process is. And
we're really trying to be transparent, really.
And that's so important, because I think oftentimes, especially when you're in such a massive institution like UCL, if there's something that you want to change, it can often feel like you have no idea where to start. Like there are however many departments, like literally hundreds of departments, and like infinite people who work in like the EDI space. You might not know who or where to go to start, but like the fact that you guys are providing a platform for maybe students to like go to you guys for help, because you guys are well connected in the union. Yeah, so
I think it's almost like a two-pronged thing where on the administrative side, which is why Ahmed's work is so important, especially if the equity and inclusion representatives like aren't well connected and they don't exactly know where to go to for resources. They don't know how to proceed with the complaints and like the things they hear. Like there's no real progression. And on the students, more on a personal student side, you know, as a POC, you might be more accustomed to not having things exactly catered towards you in the beginning. So you might not feel like, you know, there's not really anything to be changed, or it might be such a long institutionalized process that you don't want to attempt it in the first place. And even more so for international students who might only feel a temporary connection to this place, or who might, or who even feel that they don't really need as much of a connection to this place if they're just going to go back.
Which is like
a shame.
Yeah, it's such a shame, because like at least like my job partly in the union, like at least I like to think about it, is trying to make as much of like a strong and like sticky community, basically, where like it doesn't matter kind of where you've come from, like how far you've traveled to come to UCL, but like for your degree here, you deserve to feel a piece of community, and like you deserve to feel at home. So I'm
UCL spirit.
UCL spirit.
Yeah.
I'm so thankful for you guys for being really candid about, you know, the fact that for many students there are lots of barriers in the way of perhaps feeling that sense of community, of feeling comfortable here, and like being student leaders, sort of helping make some change in the area. It's fabulous. You're fabulous. You're great.
Thank you so much.
Don't cry. Oh,
I'm sorry.
terrible. God.
Yeah, that's exactly the reason why we've got lots of events, not only in Black History Month but beyond, to really truly try and get like international students, home students, more mixing and mingling and feeling comfortable to actually go, like we said, first point of call to go to and like have a community and see what we'd like to do together, really and truly.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's not just to get the degree done and like just go off like wherever you want to go, but it's to have fun.
Yeah.
You know, like UCL it's a mix between social and also academic.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I think it's like, I think honestly it's a good point that our role is so new, right? Because I mean not only like, you know, is it a good step towards ref, but like but also it kind of like, I think that was really refreshing for me to hear, because that also meant what we change is a lot easier to change, and we have a massive voice in like determining how POC officers after us are gonna like use the network and like represent. And I think we were discussing a lot of like how like sports officers and art officers are very like cemented. Like the sports societies know who the sports officer is. Like arts officer knows. Art societies, like we need that for like, we need to build that kind of connection with the culture societies. Like we represent you.
This is so, you guys are so proactive and stuff, and like I so love your message of kind of like really mingling, like doing some cross-cultural like kind of mingling and events for students, because I think that's such an important aspect of being a student at UCL. Like we are London's global university. Absolutely. It's the tagline, but like I think so many students don't necessarily get that like full experience of like really meeting and talking to people from literally all walks of life from across the world. Like it's so beneficial for your own development as well as like the community's development, like learning about other cultures, becoming more tolerant, like being able to like engage in like really interesting like conversations and like debates with people from all walks of life. So
I think it will help as well with breaking down stereotypes, breaking down stigmas, and I think it would just be a nicer place to be, really, truly, if you know someone from a different culture, from a different political perspective, from all different areas. I think that will really help the student experience.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like, not to mention the international student thing again, it's also very easy to stay with like people like not only from your own culture but from your own school. And so like making this a first point of call will just make it easier to be like, oh well, I know other people who are like me and similar to me, but not exactly from where I am, and I can share that.
Thank you so much for like coming and sitting on these not sofas for a bit and chatting.
Thanks so much for recognizing our work. We also would like to say that we're looking for committee members.
Oh yes.
So smoothly done for all people of color at UCL.
All people of color.
Yes.
Amazing.
If you want to help with our work,
oh my God,
it's a massive thing. You get to understand student union a bit better, how they strive to do all the amazing work in bringing UCL together as students. Also, get to talk to so many different societies.
Get to talk to you guys.
Yeah.
Get to talk to us.
Get to plan a whole bunch of events for the year ahead. Amazing.
So if you want to know more, just follow us on Instagram.
Plug your Instagram.
UCL POC Network.
Thank you so much, lovelies. It's been wonderful having you. I hope you have a good rest of your day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You too.
Thank you. And that's it. There we go.
Mic drop.
Mic drop. First episode done. First like 5 clips.